Queen Mary was not born into a world of luxury and easy happiness. She was born on May 26, 1867, in London, into the noble family of Teck. Her full name was Victoria Mary Augusta Louise Olga Pauline Claudine Agnes. From childhood, everyone called her May. She was quiet, disciplined, respectful, and very intelligent. Unlike many royal children, Mary grew up with strict rules and simple habits. Her mother taught her that duty was more important than comfort. Even as a young girl, Mary learned to stand tall, speak carefully, and always remain calm no matter what happened around her. Nobody knew then that this serious young girl would one day become one of the strongest queens in British history. As a teenager, Mary loved reading books, learning history, and helping others. She enjoyed simple things more than parties and luxury. While other royal girls dreamed about fashion and attention, Mary cared about responsibility and family honor. People who met her often said she looked shy at first, but inside she had a strong and determined heart. Her life changed forever when she became engaged to Prince Albert Victor, the grandson of Queen Victoria. The royal family believed Albert Victor would become king one day, and Mary was chosen to stand beside him as the future queen. Mary accepted her duty with respect and seriousness. She prepared herself for royal life and tried to learn everything she could about the monarchy. But suddenly tragedy entered her life. In 1892, Prince Albert Victor became seriously ill with influenza and died at a very young age. The whole royal family was shocked. Mary's future disappeared overnight. She was heartbroken and deeply saddened. Many people thought she would quietly leave royal life forever. But fate had different plans. During this difficult time, Mary grew closer to Albert Victor's younger brother, Prince George. George was quieter and more serious than his brother. He respected Mary greatly and admired her strength during the family tragedy. Slowly, friendship turned into love. Their relationship was built not only on romance, but also on trust, loyalty, and shared duty. In 1893, Mary married Prince George in a beautiful royal ceremony. The people of Britain welcomed her warmly. Mary and George understood each other perfectly. Both believed that the royal family must serve the nation with dignity and discipline. Their marriage became one of the strongest royal partnerships in history. Together they had 6 children and created a stable family life. Mary loved her children deeply, but she was also strict with them. She believed royal children must grow up with discipline and responsibility. She wanted them to understand that being born royal was not only a privilege, but also a duty to the nation. Years passed, and the world around them changed rapidly. In 1901, Queen Victoria died after ruling Britain for more than 60 years. The entire nation mourned. George's father became King Edward VII, and Mary became Princess of Wales. She now stood closer than ever to the throne. Mary worked hard to support the monarchy. She attended public events, visited hospitals, and represented the royal family with elegance and calm confidence. The British people admired her graceful appearance and strong sense of duty. She never acted carelessly in public and always respected royal traditions. Then in 1910, another great change arrived. King Edward VII died, and Prince George became King George V. Mary officially became Queen of the United Kingdom and Empress of India. The crown was now on her head, but with it came enormous pressure and responsibility. The world was entering a dangerous period filled with political tension, conflict, and uncertainty. Queen Mary knew the monarchy had to remain strong if Britain was to survive difficult times. Only a few years later, World War I began in 1914. Europe fell into chaos. Millions of soldiers marched into battle, and fear spread everywhere. Britain entered the war against Germany, and the royal family suddenly faced a serious problem. Their family name, Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, sounded German. At a time when Britain was fighting Germany, many people became suspicious and angry. Queen Mary and King George understood the danger. To protect the monarchy, they changed the royal family name to Windsor in 1917. That decision helped save public trust in the royal family. During the war, Queen Mary worked tirelessly to support the nation. She visited wounded soldiers in hospitals, comforted grieving families, and encouraged people to stay strong. She often traveled through difficult conditions just to meet injured men returning from the battlefield. Many soldiers remembered her kindness and calm voice. She did not hide inside palaces while the country suffered. Instead, she stood beside her people during one of the darkest moments in history. Her courage earned great respect across Britain. At the same time, Queen Mary faced personal pain inside her own family. Europe's royal families were collapsing. In Russia, the royal family of Tsar Nicholas II was overthrown during the revolution. Nicholas and his family were relatives of the British royals. News of their tragic deaths shocked Queen Mary deeply. She realized that monarchies everywhere were under threat. These events made her even more determined to protect the British monarchy through discipline, stability, and tradition. After World War I ended, Britain faced economic problems and social change. Many people questioned whether monarchies still belonged in the modern world. But Queen Mary believed the monarchy could survive if it adapted carefully while protecting its dignity. She supported charities, encouraged public service, and represented stability during uncertain times. Her calm personality became one of the monarchy's greatest strengths. Even critics often admitted that Queen Mary represented duty better than almost anyone else in public life. Queen Mary also became famous for her love of history, art, and royal collections. She carefully preserved important royal objects, documents, jewelry, and furniture. She believed Britain's royal history must never be forgotten. Thanks to her efforts, many historical treasures survived for future generations. She was passionate about protecting royal traditions and maintaining the image of the monarchy. Some people considered her strict or formal, but others saw her as deeply dedicated to preserving Britain's national identity. In 1936, tragedy struck again when King George V died. Queen Mary lost the husband she had loved and supported for decades. The entire nation mourned the king. Their eldest son became King Edward VIII. At first, everything seemed normal. But soon a shocking crisis exploded across Britain. Edward VIII wanted to marry an American woman named Wallis Simpson, who had been divorced twice. The government, church, and many citizens opposed the marriage. Britain faced a constitutional crisis unlike anything seen before. Queen Mary strongly believed the king must place duty above personal desires. She worried that Edward's decisions could damage the monarchy forever. Eventually, Edward chose love over the crown and abdicated the throne in December 1936. The world was stunned. Queen Mary was deeply disappointed and saddened by the crisis, but she remained calm and focused on protecting the monarchy. After Edward's abdication, Mary's second son became King George VI. He was nervous, shy, and never expected to become king. But Queen Mary supported him with wisdom and experience. She encouraged him to stay strong during difficult times. This support became especially important when World War II began in 1939. During the Second World War, Britain once again faced terrible danger. German bombs destroyed cities, families lost loved ones, and fear spread across the country. Even though she was older now, Queen Mary continued serving the nation. She visited wounded civilians, encouraged soldiers, and remained a symbol of courage. Her family also faced danger during bombing attacks, but the royal family refused to abandon Britain. Their decision inspired millions of people. Queen Mary developed a close relationship with her granddaughter, the future Queen Elizabeth II. Young Elizabeth admired her grandmother's discipline, intelligence, and devotion to duty. Many historians believe Queen Mary helped shape Elizabeth into the strong monarch she later became. Mary taught her that a monarch's first responsibility is service to the nation, even during painful personal sacrifices. As the years passed, Queen Mary became one of the last living links to the great Victorian era. She had witnessed massive changes in the world: 2 world wars, revolutions, political crises, economic struggles, and the transformation of the British Empire. Through all these events, she remained calm, disciplined, and loyal to the crown. In her final years, Queen Mary spent more time quietly with family and close friends. Though age slowed her body, her mind remained sharp and observant. She still followed national events closely and cared deeply about the future of the monarchy. The younger generation of royals respected her wisdom greatly. Even political leaders admired her experience and dedication. On March 24, 1953, Queen Mary passed away peacefully at the age of 85. Her death came only weeks before the coronation of her granddaughter, Queen Elizabeth II. Britain mourned the loss of a remarkable queen who had served the monarchy faithfully for more than half a century. Many people felt an entire era had ended with her passing. But Queen Mary's legacy did not disappear. Her influence continued through future generations of the royal family. She helped protect the British monarchy during some of its most dangerous moments. Her discipline, dignity, and sense of duty became examples for future kings and queens. She proved that strength does not always come through loud speeches or dramatic actions. Sometimes true strength comes from calm loyalty, quiet sacrifice, and lifelong service. Today, historians remember Queen Mary as one of the most important royal women in modern British history. She was not famous for romance scandals or dramatic speeches. Instead, she became respected because she stood firm when the monarchy faced uncertainty and fear. She dedicated her entire life to protecting the crown, supporting her family, and serving the British people with dignity. Her story is not simply the story of a queen wearing jewels and crowns. It is the story of a woman who faced tragedy, war, political crisis, and enormous responsibility without losing her sense of duty. From a quiet young girl named May to the respected Queen of Britain, her journey became a powerful example of loyalty, courage, and strength. And even today, when people study the history of the British monarchy, the name of Queen Mary continues to stand proudly among the greatest royal women the world has ever known.